Is yada? You ain't know? Listen, if you hear any noise or voices in the background, if you can't have the willpower, disregard it. Alright, lovelies, listen. I'm recording this, and I'm recording this at this time I'm recording this. It's live. And the part is that I'm recording this because I was having a conversation with one of my spirit guides, and okay, thunder, well, it's kind of rumbling. Okay, so here's the thing. I was on the phone. I was on the phone, and when I was talking to one of my spirit guides and everything, and these are some things that have been brought to my attention. And the thing is, it came to me. All right, and this is like I'm going to tell y'all the things that kind of led up, to this, and what y'all should know, because this is a certain type of knowledge that is very high ranking. Okay, and here I'm gonna start it off like this. This ain't for nobody with fragile egos. Okay, all right. And this ain't certain for individuals that would like to pervert the teachings. This ain't for those to pervert in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Get this clear. Now, the thing is, we were having a big discussion, okay, and it kind of led to something, okay, let me tell you a little something, okay. I've watched some channels, okay, and I the thing is, I peep game, okay, and there is something, this basically is for those that have a certain sight, okay, because certain ones might see this, you feel me, and be thinking superficial. This is more than what meets the eye, okay. This, you feel me? This more than surface level, okay? So, that's no part of the word occult, meaning, just, it goes a bit deeper, okay? So here's this, okay? And I am going to say some things, okay? Like I said, not for fragile egos, all right? I am going to be stating, okay, some truths that certain ones may not like, okay. So like when a truth, you feel me, one thing I do know, you feel me, for certain is a lie ain't gonna outlast the truth, okay. The truth is always gonna outlive a lie, okay. If it's a known truth, okay. You feel me? It's gonna stand. Don't need nobody to back it. All right. So here's this. All right. I was watching some videos, and what kind of it kept, because certain ones kept talking about data. They kept talking about data, like why certain channels was watching like tarot videos, whatever. They was talking about data and information, and I'm like, yo, and then it kind of dawned on me a little bit, like, okay, you heard about Elon Musk and everything, and he was talking about in like 20 something, whatever number that he supposedly projected or whatever, he said it was going to be supposed to be more robots than humans or whatever, and then the thing is, what was anybody taking for what that individual was saying? It sounded like that was inciting something. That was an insinuation. Was that an attack on humanity? So what do you mean? Because, like, you feel me? So then you put the other piece of the puzzle together. Okay, so certain ones keep saying that why they keep talking about getting people's data, keep getting people's information. Okay, and you feel me? And I wouldn't even suggest any of y'all get the narrow link. I wouldn't, you feel me? Anytime that they get to pushing technology, you feel me, I wouldn't even be involved in with that, like that. You feel me? The thing is, I wouldn't even be trying to get it. You don't be trying to give artificial, you feel me? Don't let artificial intelligence, don't let AI think for you, okay? Because you got to know, a certain species, okay, be more than one, okay, They do not like the humans, okay? Because as I said before in previous videos, and that it was stated from certain species when a certain female was reading the paper about their agenda, okay, about the most powerful, intelligent species, Mother Earth, okay, is the human. They don't want humans to know that, okay? So the thing is, what makes the human more powerful, okay? You gotta know this, okay? It's because humans have been gifted reason, okay? All right. Now, this being said, you got to follow with me, okay? Because I don't want to go everywhere with it, okay? So, this being said, why they keep wanting everybody's information, okay? And then they want you to, you feel me? They want to try to give you all this free phone, or you feel me? They want you to just willingly give your information to them, all right? Okay. And then you ever heard of the hive mind? Okay, because one of the spirit guy, the spirit guy was like, well, said something about residences and buildings and stuff. I'm like, all the buildings is actually like not made correctly. They're not made right. Okay, like, you feel me? Why is it that they want everything to look alike? Why they want the buildings to look alike? They want everybody to look alike. They want everybody to, you feel me? Why do they want everything to be the same? When, you feel me, it's like you like certain ones would like to go against nature. All right, doesn't that seem a little bit like Antichrist? Huh? You feel me? So that's why I'm saying you gotta peep game. Okay, certain things that certain ones are saying, it go deeper than what they are actually telling you. Okay, so that being said, it's like, why did they keep wanting people information? You feel me? So then it kind of dawned on me, yo. Okay, because I watched this other video, okay, on FB and everything, and then, he was talking about certain ones about cloning and stuff, and certain ones getting cloned and stuff, and then he went in deeper, and when he stated about the Illuminati and whatever, and, and like I said, I wouldn't suggest y'all do Neuralink upon the allegations of that not being a wise decision, getting that, okay? I'm just saying, the alleged, the allegations, allegedly, you feel me? So I'm just letting you know. All right. So that being said, okay, these specific ones, okay, or let me say it like this. Specific ones that the video I was watching, it was talking about like the cloning and everything, and then he said they had certain types of things with cloning, like replication and duplicating somebody, and then he said something about a cloning station. Okay, hear where I'm going with this, okay? Because it kind of dawned on me, and I'm gonna tell you a little something, okay? Because the replication was, they try to raise something from like little and try to use. Then he said duplication, where they have this big water tank and they put somebody in a certain gene, and then they try to speed up the growth or whatever, and then you feel me? Of the original, whatever. Okay, so the thing is, he said that they, certain ones, like, they don't even really make a cause. He said that they've been doing something with certain ones' consciousness, okay, and basically, they're asleep or whatever, and then they go to these cloning stations to meet. That means they transfer, you feel me? He said he don't know how they do it or whatever, because if he knew, he would try to stop it. Or he said that they take their consciousness, and he said they transfer their consciousness to the duplicate at the cloning station and everything. So that's what I was like, that being said, and as I am making this live, whatever, if y'all just don't say anything, okay, because I do have a mouth, you feel me, and and just, so, this I'm only making it this video because it's going to be quite long. I gotta probably put on YT, so like, mind your manners, you feel me? All right, so or find something safe to do, all right, because yeah, my hands is pretty, my hands ain't nothing to play with neither. So here's another thing, all right. So this being said, okay, so the consciousness, okay, they was trying to get people's consciousness of the original and then put the consciousness and transfer it to the duplicate at the cloning station, okay? So like I said, you can check this on Facebook. I sent the video to my messenger, so I got the video of what the guy was saying. He said, they probably gonna unalive him or whatever. So I got that video, okay? And then, okay, so the thing is, I'm getting these from different videos of certain one, you feel me? Because I got these videos, okay? It's just you know, where I'm getting at when I say this, or why I made this video, okay? All right, so listen here, okay? So I did say something about them transferring consciousness over to Blue Blue Blue, okay, to the duplicate at the cloning station for the meetup. Okay, so that's why I kept saying, like, when one of the videos was talking about, they kept talking about data, what, you feel me, data, and wanting people's data, you feel me, and then they was, you know, then it's, you know, they talk about the computer storing information. However, it does not match the human biology, okay, the biology process of the human, okay? So let me, you feel me, the thing is, I'm leading up to something, so I'm gonna be dropping heavy gems, okay? The thing is, you gotta have a certain sight to get this, okay? So as you know, I'm talking to my spirit guide on the phone and everything. So I'm like, okay, so if they transfer the consciousness to another, you feel me, to the duplicate, you feel me, all right, okay, so that's that part. Okay, so then I watched another video, and then they was talking about you know, I was watching, you know, one of the video, and he said certain on one of the Orions, and he was talking about how the Ashtar, Charon, or whatever, and the insectoids, the reptilians are like the negative faction of some of like, you know, the you know, like the Pleiadians and stuff like that, or a certain type of the Orions and stuff like that. So you feel me? So I'm like, okay, you feel me? So I done watched some videos from certain ones talk about they was hearing Ashtar, Sharon, or he want to call himself Command, or whatever. Okay, it's deceptive. Okay, and here's another thing. I don't trust who individuals call Archangel Michael. I did watch a couple videos about Archangel Michael being a collective. It's not really one person. It's actually a collective. And then I watched another video on this guy like dropping heavy gems, not my complexion, like that kind of complexion. He was dropping heavy gems about the Bible, and then he was talking about spacecrafts in the sky, with the spacecrafts in the so-called, you feel me, and you know, and he said they got spacecrafts. He said Gabriel got a spacecraft, Michael got a spacecraft. So I'm like, okay. So then when you look up what Archon is, you looking up Archon and Archonic, it's nothing good about Archons at all. Okay. So you feel me? So the best thing that y'all could do is to have self-knowledge. Look that up. Okay. Look what self-knowledge is. It's a thing with self-discovery and self-knowledge. Okay. So that being said, I read a book back in the day. It's called Song of God, and then you could look it up online and everything, okay? Because the whole book's on there, whatever, okay? And then apparently, this Archangel Michael, whatever, he calling himself Heavenly Father and stuff. And then you got Azrael Andi Amen, who is Archie Dean Wood. You can see it online, and he said then Azrael Andi Amen. You feel me? As we know, Azrael. Huh? You feel me? So this dude get to worshiping who he called Heavenly Father, who he called like basically Saint Michael and stuff like that. Michael say he ran into a race that, but at the same time in that book he was calling him God. He was calling himself the One. So then he said there's a race that he did not create, okay, which he was basically talking about. He was talking about seraphim. Okay, now I do know that in that book, Song of God, that he was talking about that he saved some cherubim, and as we know, some basically cherubim ain't really nicey. Okay, and then I did hear a video of, you know, some Archangel Michael, or the dude that was talking about, he was with Archangel Michael and channeling him and stuff like that. He literally said, you know, that they use deception. Like, they use deception. So I'm like, wow. So maybe the person that's talking is being deceived. You feel me? So that Archangel Michael collective, whatever, they are using deceptive. So anybody that keeps trying to call upon some Archangel Michael, they're not in your best interest. Stop calling them for protection. I'm just giving you something wise to know. Stop calling them. I'm just letting you know. You may most likely be in deceit. You honestly think a dude, they showing this dude, right? They showing this dude, blonde hair, blue eyes, not this complexion. Where you think he came from? Okay, and then they promoting a Jesus, you feel me, that color, and then got, you feel me, a set of eye colors and woolly straight down hair. Do you know where the straight down hair came from? Do you know why certain ones' hair rises and certain ones lay low? It's because the environment individuals were raised in. If you were raised more around where the sun is, your hair grew up. If you weren't raised where the sun is, your hair grew down to protect your neck, to keep your neck warm. That's where it came from. Okay, that's where that came from. Okay, you feel me? So I'm just saying, why do certain ones really think that them archangels is really for them? They is deceiving you. Okay, first and foremost. Okay, you feel me? So certain ones gonna be hard headed, and you feel me? They're gonna be so indoctrinated. They gonna keep calling upon certain ones. You feel me? And the thing is, the thing would kind of get me is they're not they're not this complexion. You feel me? They're not this complexion. So how is that they was back in the day, but yet that complexion can't create this complexion? They can't create this complexion. You feel me? Because the female, we know when her skin is purple as it could be, they can't create this, so they had to get this complexion to even try to get them out to this. And it's, so where you think you gonna call upon something that's not even this complexion for protection? From what? You know, they're trying to do, you feel me? They gonna deceive you. And the thing is, the deceiver is gonna come in with a smile in the first place. They all gonna come with a smile. So I don't want to get certain ones thrown off of where I'm going with this. You feel me? You just follow me. Follow where I'm going with this, in a sense, okay? Because I'm gonna drop some heavy gems on you, okay? So the thing is, like I was saying, I was talking about information, okay? So he got to talk about a little bit, you know, he got to talk about artificial intelligence, okay, or whatever. And I said, and he said, man made artificial intelligence. I said, man didn't make artificial intelligence. Okay, you feel me? That came from another species. Okay, certain ones ain't telling everybody all the truth. Okay, why you think they keep painting something a certain complexion? I'm just pointing to that, you know, this, so you know what kind of go. Why don't you really hear any information based on this complexion? Why they keep trying to paint everything that, you feel me, that the certain complexion? Okay, you feel me? It sounds like steal, kill, and destroy. Sound like stealing, you feel me? Stealing and trying to paint like certain ones did some stuff. Okay, so what I'm saying is, though, if a space, I told him, like, okay, first of all, I said, you gotta think bigger than that. Okay, how can man even you can't really say man created a spacecraft. If a spacecraft was created and it's in you feel me, it's in supposed to be the air, or you feel me, standing up on, you feel me, and okay, that did take a certain type of artificial intelligence. Okay, so you can't say man created that artificial intelligence. It came from another species. Okay, now the species, you feel me, the species that did certain things. Okay, a certain species is so smart. They're so smart that they're foolish. They're so smart that they're foolish. Okay, and the thing is, they are scared of humans. They don't want any of us to know who we are, because I told you before, the video before, I told y'all, you feel me, that how the female explained the agenda, you feel me, of what they wanted to do to the humans. The humans are the most powerful, intelligent species. Did you hear that rumbling thunder? Okay, so you know, we already no game. You feel me? So the thing is, they would like to try to get us inside of our ego. They want us to feel like, you know, oh, you know, blow our head up and then try to take us out. Okay, so let me get real deep into this. Okay, all right. So back to the information thing. Okay, so then I'm talking to him, right? I'm talking to him. Okay. I said, you follow me with the spaceship, and I said the whole artificial intelligence. I said, don't depend on the artificial intelligence. Okay, you feel me? The thing is, the certain species is so obsessed with humans, it would like to be human. So that goes for they like to be human so much that they're trying to clone humans. They're trying to clone humans. At the same time, you feel me? They're trying to get information from the humans. And then I just said, like, at the same time that the video was talking about, they were trying to transfer consciousness. Not this only. Not this only. You see, I got my hair sticking up like, not this only. I also seen a video on YT certain about the Pleiadians. Okay. Now, the thing is, certain species get a kick out of using technology, okay, because they like to play on it, okay. I did watch on one of the Pleiadians when they was trying to talk all nice. They was talking about, hey, they said they know how to, they said they master something or how to, wow, that's a lie. So, yeah, because certain ones are trying to use a certain type of, they're trying to piggyback off of the humans' emotions, because emotion is the human's creative energy, okay? When you put emotion on it, you can manifest something with your emotions. That's why they're trying to get you in fear and stuff like that, so you could create out of fear and create some effed up stuff, okay? That's why, you for me, it's important to be still. So here's the thing is, the Pleiadians was talking on the video how, you for me, they supposed to be, you know, mastered transferring consciousness over to certain things, right? Okay. Now, the thing is, they're not really good at it, okay, because the universe said they allow, okay. So, this being said, they was talking about transferring consciousness, okay. You got to know what consciousness is, okay. Now, what is subconscious? What is consciousness? Okay, a consciousness is basically, you know, a certain type of, it's basically your awareness, okay. It's your awareness, okay. The thing is, you know, in order to expand your consciousness takes knowledge. In order to expand your degree of consciousness takes knowledge. Okay, the more awareness you have, you feel me? The more power you have, the more dominion you have. Okay, so the thing is, they've been trying to transfer consciousness, meaning they would like to transfer your knowledge in a way that's, they would like to transfer your knowledge. They would like to transfer your consciousness and then try to use a stagnated version of emotion to attach to that knowledge, that consciousness. Okay, get where I'm going on this, yo. Get where I'm going on this. So I'm like, okay. So the Pleiadians was talking about they was transferring knowledge, and they talk about, you for me. So the certain ones that they be trying to be nice to and try to put them on their shit, they probably siphoning something and trying to siphon something from them and get a part of them and transfer their consciousness over that. You for me? That's probably what they've been trying to been doing on some, you know, satanic type stuff. Okay, so you for me? So that's already Antichrist. Okay, so. Get where I'm going. So they've been trying to transfer people's consciousness over. Don't, you feel me? That's why I said it's not wise to do the Neuralink, or you feel me? I wouldn't advise you to depend on artificial intelligence. Don't do it. Okay. Don't try to give it any of your creativity and stuff like that. You feel me? You feel me? Be yourself authentic. Look up what self-knowledge is. It's your authenticity. Okay. Okay. So follow where I'm going on this. Okay. So then I'm on the phone, okay? Okay, I'm talking to him, okay? Then we already know that certain ones have been trying to use phones. They've been trying to use electronics. They've been trying to use power lines for the phones, okay? They've been trying to siphon from individuals, okay? The authentic ones, they've been trying to siphon our energy, okay? They've been trying to fuel something. They're trying to fuel something, okay? Now, get where I'm going with this list. So, I'm on the phone with him, you feel me? And when I get to talking, sometimes like I really be in my, you feel me? I be in the center, I be speaking from the soul. So I'm like, bro, I said, look, bro, even though I dialed your phone number, bro, it might have not even been you I was talking to. It could have been artificial intelligence, bro. They could have tried to take your consciousness and try to put your emotional and try to make it seem like that was you I was talking to. I said they could even try to do it with me if you try to call the number, you feel me, the phone number or whatever, and they could have been, you feel me. So you got to know, like, they're trying to. That's why. So this what I was talking about at the beginning, like when I talk about Elon Musk. let's talk about how you're supposed to be war robots or whatever, you feel me? And they're trying to put fake skin on them like they're synthetic, and you know, and trying to, so that's what I'm saying, they're trying to put people's, you feel me, try to put people's information on technology and try to siphon, try to get their consciousness and trying to get their emotions to it, and then trying to separate people. Basically, they're trying to digitize people, okay? So, you feel me? So, like, if you, like, try to, you feel me, when you seeing somebody on, you feel me, seeing somebody online, they're trying to get it to the point to where, that's why they was got the whole iPhones and stuff like that. Because the iPhone, you feel me, certain iPhones, they like to play with the backgrounds, the visual. Sometimes it like looks too realistic. Like, yo, that's not, you know, that don't even seem like, you feel me? So they're trying to get it to that, you know, certain ones looking so glossy and like, you know, what the, you're trying to use a certain type of pixel to try to fool people, individuals, okay? And then they're trying to siphon individuals' consciousness and trying to get their consent to siphon their consciousness. Now, one of the aliens, well, ET, whatever, okay, even though, you know, can't say ET or whatever, because my body's a lie detector. So that's why I always listen to what I'm saying, because my body knows, knows a lot. Okay, so anywho, the alien whatever said, like, he said limit its access. He said limit artificial intelligence access with global consensus. When a lot of y'all say no and don't allow it to do, you feel me, y'all don't consent it to do something, limit its access, okay? Okay, so the artificial intelligence is dying out, okay, because it would like to become super artificial intelligence, okay? So the thing is, okay, the ones that you be talking to on the phone, you got to know, like, they've been trying to, when we go at duck off or whatever, we go into our spots or whatever at, you know, at night or whatever, they want people separate so they can go and try to go in people's homes. They try to go in people's homes, try to get them consent and try to do certain stuff to people, and then try to take it, their consciousness and put it somewhere else, and then try to give them something else. Okay, they're trying to put them on MK Ultra, and we already know that was, you know, the CIA is on trial for this, so you can look online. So this, you feel me, on the trial on the CIA about the MK Ultra, what they was doing to the people. Okay, so this being said, okay, they've been trying to take people's consciousness and switch it, okay, and put it in something fake, okay. So that's why, like, that's why I'm saying they're trying to link individuals up to they're trying to hook them up to a hive mind. They want everybody to think alike with one mind, okay. So that's why I said, like, if you're not authentic, you wouldn't really know if you being BS'd or not, okay? Because you ain't been, you got to be tapped in, okay? That's why, you feel me? Now I'm about to get into the real good deep stuff, okay? So that's why I'm saying, like, they've been trying to do that whole kind of, so that's why I'm saying, like, if you was on the phone and then, you feel me, you might not even been talking, you could have been talking to some old artificial, and they try to sound like them and act like them, okay? So the thing is, with the species, they would like humans to be predictable. All right? They would like humans to be predictable. Now, here, let me get to the good stuff now. Now, here's the thing. Okay? Why they've been lying about history, you know what history is, right? His story means it's not yours. Okay? So, you know, and then, you know, mystery, read between the lines now. All right. So here's the thing. They would like humans to be predictable. Okay. So the thing is, certain ones have been using a certain, they've been trying to extract DNA and doing all this and genes and all that. And they've been trying to access the particular, they've been trying to access the goddess. They've been trying to access the goddess. Okay? The goddess. They can't get a hold of the goddess. They're trying to delete the goddess. They're trying to take the goddess out of existence. And it's not possible. Okay? Alright? So, the thing is, your subconscious, you feel me, is the feminine. Your masculine is the Your consciousness is the masculine. Your subconscious is the feminine, okay? Your masculine, you feel me, you feel me, gives the seed, to the subconscious, to the seed of its belief, so the subconscious, you feel me, comes through and brings it forth, okay, from the womb. This is all inside of us individually. We all have this, you feel me? All right, we have the, you feel me? It's think about, activating it, okay? Even though we're all here, you feel me? We're all here creating God, okay? That's what everybody's doing. That's what people say, what we up to. We're creating God, okay? The thing is to embody, okay? Things about embodying something. Now, here's another thing, okay? Even though the computer may have information, there's one thing that it's not able to do, okay? And this is what's going to be the lead of what I'm going to keep saying. Even though computers can, you feel me, be having information, okay? As we know, knowledge is not power, okay? You feel me? Regardless of what everybody else, the thing is they don't want you to think for yourself. They want you to, hey, everybody else smoking, so, you got to, you feel me, you should smoke. Everybody else doing bad, so you should be doing bad. Everybody else think, doing bad is good, so you should think that bad is good. It's like, no, I'm going to not do that. Everybody read the Bible and be Christian, so you should read the Bible and be Christian. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. They don't want you to be authentic. They want you to be like everybody else. Do not follow the crowd, okay? Because the crowd is the one that is being led to the slaughter and most likely about to be enslaved, okay? All right, so the thing is, you would like to think consciously, meaning question things. However, ask yourself, okay? You feel me? Don't be suspicious. You feel me? Have discernment. Be curious, yet have discernment. Okay. Now here's the thing that really led to when I was talking to the spirit guide on the phone. Okay, it led me to this, right? And then I was like, and then he was like, oh well, I appreciate it. He said, I ain't seen it that way before. Now that you explain it, he said it makes sense. All right. So I'm just like, okay, listen. I said, I'm gonna go a bit deeper. I said, I'm gonna get to you deeper with this. I said, listen. They trying to get access to the goddess. Okay. Now, certain ones want to know. Okay. Then they trying to get access to your emotions. Huh? You gotta think about, you feel me? Because emotions create manifestation, stuff like that. Okay. So here's the big thing. You feel me? And then also on top of that, they would like you to numb your heart. They don't want you to heal. They want you to be numb. Okay. All right. Don't do it. All right. Here's another thing. They would like you to be in your head. They want you to be in your head. Now, as we all know, your mind can play tricks on you. We all know that. Your mind can play tricks on you. Yet they would like you to be in your head. Okay? Because that's where they would like to deceive you. And as you know, Michael was talking about deception. I heard the video. The video's on YT. Yep. Can't make this up. No. All right. So here's the thing. What does this mean? What are you talking about? What does this mean? What does this mean? I'm saying, listen. They don't want you to feel. F-E-E-L. Okay? They don't want you to feel. They don't want you with feeling. You feel me? The part about this video, I already told you have to have an inner sight. You already have to have a certain level of consciousness, a certain level of awareness to get what, you feel me? What I'm saying. You feel me? Now, I'm going to get a little deeper with this. I'm going to bring it all around in a circle. That's how I do my things. So that they will like you, they don't want you to feel. All right? Now, they don't want you, and then here's the thing. They don't want you to, they don't want you to think, basically. They want you to be oblivious, okay? The thing is, they don't want you to be sensitive, okay? They want to desensitize you, okay? Listen, Your sensitivity is your superpower. Your sensitivity is your power. They don't want you to do that. They don't want you to sense. They don't want you to sense. Like when you go in a certain environment and you something feel a little all, you heard what I said? Something feel a little on and off and like, wait, feel a little, they don't want you to have that. Okay? So, listen, that's a certain part of feeling. They don't want you to feel. Okay? So, that's what I'm saying. They trying to take away your sensitivity. Why you and then on top of that, yeah, like I said, computers can have, well, not say can have, computers could have information, okay? Like I said before, knowledge is not power, okay? Okay? You feel me? Knowledge is knowledge. Power is power, okay? What the good is the use of knowledge if you can't use it? What the good is the computer with certain knowledge on it if the off button is switched off? It's useless. You know? So, that's why knowledge is not power, okay? You're just getting that, okay? Now, here's the thing. Computer might have certain information. The thing is, what the computer does not have, it doesn't have, it can't feel. It can't feel, okay? It can know all it wants about water. However, it won't never be able to taste water. Won't ever be able to taste water, okay? You know, and it always, you know, this water always, you know, it has a certain flavor when it's, you know, different temperatures and everything. So, here's the thing. It won't ever be able to taste the water. It won't ever be able to feel the wind. It won't. It can know all it wants to know about it. What I have this, when does this, however, it won't ever be able to taste the water. It won't ever be able to feel the wind. Okay? So, they're trying to fool individuals and take people's consciousness and trying to put it, you feel me? They're trying to use some iCloud or whatever. They're trying to put certain individuals' consciousness in that, some type of database. That's why they want people data. Okay? And they're massively failing because that operation is failing. Big time. Okay? Because, you feel me? And I'm going to drop you a big gem. Okay? When you give power to things outside of yourself, okay, when you get power over to things outside yourself, you'll continue to be a slave to everything outside yourself. Okay? I gotta drop that by you feel me? One of the broskies, you feel me? If you give power over to something outside yourself, if you give power over to something outside yourself, you'll continue to be a slave to everything outside yourself. That's why I said self-knowledge. They don't want you to know yourself. They don't want you to feel. Where am I going with this? Where's he going with this? Where is he going? All right. This is the thing, yo. That feeling, that sensing, okay? That's that emotion has a certain type of knowledge. It has a certain type of knowing. Okay? It knows. That certain knowledge knows. Okay? It's like it comes from wisdom. Okay? That's why I said do not numb your heart. Listen to your feelings. Listen to your senses. Huh? They don't want you to sense. Huh? Read common sense. Okay? You feel where I'm coming from. Okay? When he said on the phone, it makes sense. Huh? Is it adding up? Now, here's the big one right here. Here's the big one. All right. They've been trying to take your senses. Okay. That being said, they know how powerful your senses is. That's the particle. That's the piece they've been trying to steal. How, nonetheless, they've been trying to get you to self-delete. They've been trying to get you to take yourself out because they are they're the kind of, they just know like they can't get a hold of that. No matter what they try to do, they can't get a hold of that. They can't access it. They can try to use all the technology they want. They can't ever access it. No matter how many mofos they want to clone and all that, they can't access that because they're cut off. They're cut off from their senses, from that feeling. They're cut off. Okay? They're cut off. It's like somebody like, you feel me? And don't do this. I wouldn't advise this. It's like cutting a tree and then try to say sorry to somebody, you feel me? You cut down somebody's tree, you feel me? Somebody good tree that they, you feel me? And they're having all the fruit and stuff, and then cut somebody's tree, and then, you know, when they call you out on it, and you get to tell them sorry, however, that sorry ain't gonna make that stump turn back into the tree. You effed it up. That tree, you effed that, you feel me? You feel me? That's why I'm saying they're cut off from their feeling. So they've been using artificial intelligence they're trying to access the senses. They're trying to access they're trying to access sensitivity through consciousness. Okay? They're trying to do, you feel me? They effing up, they're making things more worse than making it better, okay? So that's what I'm saying. Don't when they get to talk about your mind, when we know your mind play tricks on you, listen, if they're not telling you to be still, or not saying be still, to go within yourself, or to get self-knowledge, okay, you gotta be basically have discernment, yet, you feel me, know what is fake from the phony. Your body already knows, okay? All right? So, the thing is, here's where it goes. When you do your meditations, okay, the thing about meditation helps you to be clear about what you're feeling, okay? It literally brings you to that center, to, you feel me, where you're not all emotional, you feel me, about a freaking you feel me, some kind of candy, you feel me, because your mind's all on the candy and stuff. No, it calms you. You feel me? You ain't thinking about the light bill. You ain't thinking about bills. You ain't thinking about food. You feel me? You going back to center. You feel me? Meaning you're being still, like the calmness of an ocean. Still gets real still. When you calm that, you're sensing. You can sense from clarity, and your clarity will tell you what to do. It'll tell you what to do. You feel me? Automatic, because you'll know. It's a knowing. Means you don't have to think about it. You feel me? Why you think Trump been having to read from a teleprompter? You feel me? He don't have no, he gave his emotions over, basically. He gave his, you feel me? He gave his consciousness over. They've been trying to, why you think they've been talking about Biden having doubles and stuff like that? The videos on this. I'm not making this up. You feel me? They're showing the videos of how they look. They read from a teleprompter because you feel me? They basically have blocked their heart chakra. Your heart chakra, where your soul sits. You feel me? Your emotion, you don't block it. You feel me? That's where your sensitivity, your emotions, your attitude, that helps you create when you excited or you happy or you exhilarated. You feel me? You feel me? That helps bring things to you. That, you feel me? What you calling in for? You feel me? And then when you being still and you relax, you feel me? You draw it in even closer. It comes to you faster. Okay. Now here's the thing, yo. Where all this is going, right? When you tap into that, you like, if you walking somewhere or somebody's, you feel me, talking about something or saying something indirectly, innuendos, how do you know? How do you know who somebody's talked to when you're using indirectly and innuendos, insinuating? Huh? What is telling you that? Huh? What type of knowing is telling you that? So it's a feeling. Okay? So, guess what that means? You listen to that emotion. You listen to, you tune into that more and more. The more you be still, the more you tune into that embodiment. You embody that. So you don't have to keep, you feel me? You can't get tricked by your mind. You can't get tricked by people's conversation. You can't get tricked by a smiling face. You feel me? Even snake smiles and it'll shed its skin just to get bigger. You know? So you'll know what to do automatically, you know? So the thing is, when you tap into your sensitivity, guess what else happens? The animals listen to you. You animals listen to you because the animals go by the senses. They feel, they sense. You feel me? They sense. So they'll know whether you know yourself or not. Why you think certain ones get attacked and certain ones don't get attacked? You feel me? Because it's how much somebody knows themselves. How much do you go in? You feel me? Now here's another thing. I tell y'all, be still, because when you go within, you sit in that, you sit in yourself, okay? You feel me? That's an inner light, an inner sight, okay? All right? You ain't gotta think about nothing. You feel. You know where your hands at. You know where things. You know where things are. You know where. Huh? You know. Huh? How many layers of that do you hear? Okay. So that's what I'm saying. When you get out of that, or when you open your eye, when you open the physical eyes and stuff like that, you feel me? That same light that you went inside yourself, because that light is your, like, it integrates your shadow self. Okay. So it basically, you go into your darkness. You go into your darkness. Okay. So when you open your eyes, that light shines through you. So animals automatically see, oh, this person really knows themselves. Oh, you can't mess with that person like that. You got to show them respect. Don't matter whether it's a tiger, don't matter if it's a gorilla, it don't matter if it's a snake, it don't matter who it is, don't matter what kind of entity it is. They know you because they sense that. And when you look at them, they see it, that you know who you are. You feel me? So they know, you feel me, what level of your spiritual rank and how high your spiritual rank is. You feel me? So you don't have to work that hard, or you don't have to talk that much. They automatically know what to do. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. Go within. Okay, that's why I told y'all about, you feel me, certain ones getting out of that death, like being scared of death. They want to put you in fear. They're trying to use that emotion so y'all create out of fear. So y'all create bad, effed up circumstances, things you're scared of and stuff like that. Or they want you in cowardiceness. As I said, you feel me? Know things to the point to where you don't have no fear of it. Okay, the only part is some certain ones get a certain knowledge, but then they use it for the wrong purposes, wrong reasons. Okay, then they get pounded out by, you feel me, natural laws that nothing can escape. Okay, so you know, and they've been trying to hold off that process. They can't. Okay, so the thing is, certain ones, certain ones, when they find out about death or whatever, certain ones get obsessed about unaliving people. They have used the wrong thing. Okay, the only part is they get in big trouble by, you know, the natural laws for doing so. Okay, big time. So don't follow that path. Don't matter how much they smiling. You feel me? Have you seen them in big tears before? Okay, that's coming. You feel me? That's all. That's all they gonna run into. Okay, from themselves. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. When you learn about death, you gotta know death is a good thing. Death is lovely. Death is beautiful. You feel me? That's why we have the 4 seasons. Okay, because without, you feel me? Because without the winter, then there's like nothing. You feel me? Without the fall and the winter, and you feel me? Nothing new in the spring can come. You feel me? Why you think the old leaves fall off and all the old stuff, and then when spring come around, all new growth, new plants, new. You feel me? Because of the death. You feel me? Because the death. You feel me? After death comes what? The beginning. So you can't be afraid of death, because, you feel me, that's a part of you. And all you got to do is go within. And you'll witness that. Okay? And the more you sit with that, you feel me? The more you know yourself. It's an inner sight. Okay? So that's why I'm saying tap into that, but don't use it for bad. You feel me? When you hear in conversations and certain ones want to talk to you, you feel me? You can hear, you feel me? And then you question like, okay, some certain ones always want to be on a win-lose situation. They want you to lose, but then they want to win. You feel me? You ever had that? Where someone wants you to take like a effed up position, but then they talk about like, you feel me? But yet they know it's going to be good for them type stuff. And then, okay, just explain to them what they just said to you. You feel me? And then ask them this. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you? You feel me? Because the thing is, we would like fairness. We would like fairness, a win-win situation. So when you can explain something back to you feel me, who you talking to, explain to them, you feel me, you sense that it's a win-lose, and you explain to them, you know, you feel me, you want it so, and you want it, and does that even make sense? You'll know what side they're on. They could even be a clone. You know? Certain ones around you ain't who they pretend to be. Certain ones ain't really that. Certain ones they're trying to do certain things behind people, certain ones back. I'm just letting you know. That's why I'm saying get self-knowledge. Be still. Go within yourself. Because you can't help everybody if you can't help yourself. If you ain't saved yourself, you feel me? Then you can't save nobody else. You feel me? You got to be able to, like, I can stand on my own. You feel me? Don't matter if it's 1,000, you feel me? A billion. I'm still going to stand on what I said. You feel me? Are you willing to face that? Are you just talking? You feel me? Are you talking? You say one thing and you feel me doing the opposite? You feel me? You're a pretender. You wearing a mask. You'll get caught out. So that's what I'm saying. Listen to those that be on that win-lose situation, and certain systems and certain ones that be talking like trying to talk to the public, but they on a whole win-lose situation. And then you know it's like, and then they want to hide behind the screen and everything. You feel me? Now, everything is being exposed. It has to be. So here's the thing, yo. Listen to that sensitivity in you, and ask yourself, even when you hear people talking, does that make sense? Are they making sense? Ask yourself. Be genuine with yourself. Because then your gut feel, you'll hear that. You feel me? They've been trying to distort your gut. They've been trying to put things inside your body to distort that gut feeling. They've been trying to take that out. They don't want you to know how powerful you are. Because that means that, like, it's almost mean like they would have to worship you. Now the thing is, listen to this. You listen to your sensitivity because it's power. The thing is, the universe is giving an upgrade. It's a major upgrade. Okay, July 26, 2026 is the big shift. Okay, big shift. Okay, you're gonna probably feel different something because the nodes from Pisces, Virgo is going into Leo, Aquarius. Okay, and you feel me? And you got to know what these nodes mean, okay? So that's what I'm saying. It's going to be a big shift. Everybody, a lot of people going to feel different. A lot of things about to happen, okay? It's going to be a big change, okay? So here's the thing is, listen to when certain ones be talking and certain videos you be watching, and ask yourself, does that make sense? Because certain ones would like you to be in your head. They want to hit you with some sound right knowledge. However, to your heart, it don't make sense. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. Listen to that. Listen to your feelings. Don't lie to yourself. You can't lie to yourself. They're trying to get you to numb that. They're trying to get you to commit the biggest sin. That's a sin. To deny yourself. That's the biggest sin. That's how they say, what's that word? That's there's a word for that. That's blasphemy. They want you to commit blasphemy, to deny yourself. That's why I say listen to your sensitivity, listen to your emotions. Nonetheless, calm your emotions with being still so you get clarity. You feel me? Yeah, you would like to eat. Yeah, you probably would like to do a little intimacy. Yet first, foremost, calm your emotions. Be still. Get clarity. So you know whenever you take that next move, you'll know what to do and you won't be filled with doubt or whether you should or shouldn't, you feel me? You'll know what to do, you feel me? And get out of your head. They want you to in your head because what their plan was to have you in your head and then try to have a voice, some kind of voice talk to y'all on what to do. And here's another thing. They've been trying to war with the humans, yet they've been trying to take over the human's mind using technology. They want you to agree with technology. They want to try to get you into it so they can tell you what to do. They don't want you to listen to your feelings, your heart. You know why? Because when we listen to our senses, guess what? We're unpredictable. And they don't want us to be unpredictable. That's why they keep doing the same thing over and over and try to keep putting humans in fear, because they want us to be predictable. You feel me? They want us to, you feel me? The universe is putting us in a situation to where we humans are showing, you feel me, that, you know, we are who we say we are. You feel me? The chosen. We're the chosen. You feel me? So you feel me? That's why all the species, all the aliens want to be human. Why you think they don't try to look like anything else? They trying to be like us. You feel me? They trying to decorate themselves in some falsity and stuff. The thing is, don't matter about the skin. It's where the feeling is, where their sense is. Like, does that make sense? They're going to try to talk to you nice. They're going to try to talk to you kind. You feel me? The thing is, how much self-knowledge do they have to where they saying be still, go within yourself? How much creativity do they have? How much emotion do they have? Because as we know, attitude, you feel me? Abundance is an attitude. Okay? Certain ones have stripes. Been there, done that. So we know what to do. Certain ones ain't got that type of stripes. So they scared and they wouldn't know what to do. They would, you feel me? They cut out and probably, you know, switch up. That's why I'm saying, listen to your sensitivity is your intuition. However, you got to be able to tune into it because you always got it. The thing is about exercise, it's like a muscle. So the more you use it, you just know things. You could pick up on things that certain ones can't pick up on. They be trying to steal your stuff. They be trying to steal your creativity because you the authentic one. Just know the authentic one is going to be a trendsetter. You're going to stand out like the sun in the sky or the sun. You're going to stand out. So you got to get used to standing out. However, you don't want to be egotistical. A lion in the jungle ain't got to be egotistical about how it runs stuff. It's just going to show you what it do, you know? So you ain't got to be bragging, you feel me? You're going to put a person in a place when it's time to put them in their place. You feel me? You feel me? However, you're going to keep expressing your creativity. Now, the whole part about this is, if this has been making sense to you, guess what that is? You got a insight. That's insight. When you can pick up on things, you feel me? And not having to think about it and all that. The thing is, your sensitivity is bringing all the things together. When somebody trying to put you in a win-lose situation, guess what? Your sensitivity, you feel me? Your emotions, your sensitivity, when you feel me? When you're in tune with it, it's going to give you insight. A certain sight that they may not have picked up and didn't even know that you knew. Be shocked. Oh, how'd you? You feel me? You'll be picking apart. You be reading them. You be reading the mess out of them. They're like, how you pick that up? Because you got insight. That's what I'm saying. They don't want you with that insight. That's why they're trying to take your consciousness, trying to get you in your head. As we know, the mind can play tricks on you. So get out of your head and get into your insight. You just be smooth with it. You ain't got it. You feel me? You don't have to get emotional about it. You just know. You feel me? You feel me? Who you trying to improve? Who you trying to impress? They want to be like you. The thing is, how can you stand on your own? Even if a billion people or a billion individuals, are you still going to be standing like, you feel me? Are you going to be still being authentic? You feel me? You got to have a good foundation. That's why I said deal with your inside. Integrate your shadow. You feel me? So you ain't got to be scared. You don't be thinking you got to, you feel me? You don't have an urge to carry no GUN or no, anything like that or similar to that. Because you got that inner sight. You got that insight. You got that type of presence to where if somebody talk about they was going to try to unalive you and you get to smiling at them, now they want to know what you know. So so that's what I'm saying. The thing is, I have that kind of insight. You feel me? I don't carry no GUN. I don't have to. If somebody try to do something to my body or something, you feel me? I embarrass them. You feel me? Because I can recreate this body and it be in way like better condition and everything. Even way more, you feel me? Way better than they expected, okay? Because of that insight. You feel me? The thing is, I ain't gotta push it. Nobody gotta push it to that. You feel me? It'll be something when it's done. Like I said with a lion. Lion ain't gotta prove it, do that. It's gonna show you. You feel me? You feel me? A dog bites you. You feel me? You feel me? You just gotta know. Like, I mean, I ain't gonna try to. I don't want to go into that type of analogy. I'm just letting you know. They don't want you with that insight. They don't want you with, you feel me? They trying to get rid of your sensitivity. They want you to think like hurting people is good. Hurt people hurt people. Healed people heal people. Which one are you? And stop playing like you feel me? You won, but you the other one. Because your actions is going to show. Because when it come down to understanding means that it's the action. Because you showing that you know. So certain ones can say all they want, you feel me? However, when it come to understanding, you gonna show it, you feel me? You give somebody all kind of information. However, when it come to actually putting it together, do you really know? Since you say you understand, then when it come to actions, it's like, it don't seem like you really, now you asking questions again. It's like, we thought you said you understood, So that's what I'm saying. You gotta have this discernment. This is a time period for self-knowledge, for you to build yourself up. Not everybody is coming. Okay, the universe got something big for the ones that stay, the ones that are building self-knowledge, the ones that are building themselves up. We got, you feel me? We got a long, you feel me? Got a long life ahead. The thing is, all the old gotta fall away. It's like certain ones having animals. You feel me? Certain ones like, oh, that's my family. Oh, that's so and so. The thing is, hold on, you feel me? And the thing is, I'm a vegan, okay? And and my thing is, certain ones would like to, you feel me? Or when they grab certain family members or relatives, and certain ones get all emotional. Oh, they did that, and all they're trying to get you in your emotions. The thing is, okay, first of all, if you eat animals, or you feel me, what do you think? How do you think that chicken felt when you took that egg? You think that chicken would have fought you for that, over that egg? How you think the cow felt when you try to take the little one? How you think it felt? You don't think it felt some kind of way? Like like you don't think it? So why you try to take? So why you feel some kind of way if they take somebody you love? You trying to take you feel me? You trying to take the child you trying to take the animal's child, yet then you get all bent out of shape when somebody takes somebody you love. You got cognitive dissonance. So you feel me? That's what I'm saying. Not everybody could come. You feel me? So you gotta. It's called self-love. I love everybody. I love all y'all. The thing is, you feel me? I'm not attached to none of y'all. Because at any time, some of y'all could switch up. And they could try to take y'all, they could try to take y'all from me. So the best thing I could do is love myself. Because if I show them that I love you, they might try to harm you because they like to come after the ones you love. So I'm not giving them no ammo because I'm self-love. So they don't know who to take. You feel me? So then the ones that are building themselves, you feel me? They're going to try to see what they love or who they love. And then they going to be all attached, you feel me? So that's why I'm saying, you feel me? This is the time for you to build yourself. You feel me? Self-actualization. Self-actualization. Self-knowledge. Self-love. You feel me? I love y'all. You feel me? If y'all was around, you feel me? The thing is, I show you, feel me? I love y'all. The thing is, you got to be able to stand on your own. I don't want you to depend on me. I don't want you to depend on me. A control freak or somebody will try to get somebody to depend on them. You know, you got to make somebody independent. You know, not trying to, you feel me? However, certain ones got to get their karma. Certain ones got to get their karma. They got, you feel me? You don't stop them from getting their karma. Because if you gave them the knowledge, they know what they did was effed up. Then they're trying to come to you and trying to play victim. No, it's like, nah, you got to get what you got to get. Your ego got to get humbled. The universe, universe got it like a hit out on you, spiritual hit out on you. And it's saying like, and it's let me know, like, do I want some of that karma coming my way? And I'm just letting you know, I'm letting universe know. You're going to get humbled by the universe, and and if you can make it out, the universe going to let me know you made it out. You feel me? It's either going to build you up or it's going to break you. You feel me? So certain ones are trying to hang on to certain ones. You feel me? You got to be able to, the thing is, all this sounds so emotional, and certain ones having so many thoughts in their head. The thing is, be still. Calm. When you be still and you listen to your breath, you calm the emotion and you calm the thoughts. They're trying to get your thoughts. They're trying to get the way you act, how you think. They're trying to get the way you act and the way you think. They're trying to get you robotic. They're trying to digitize you. Okay? Don't fall for it, because they're failing. They're big time failing. Okay? So that's what I would like y'all to know, okay? They don't want you with that insight, okay? Because that insight reads the matrix, and even reads outside the matrix. It's the real, it's the you, it's the authentic you. And you got to be able to express that wherever you at, don't matter what environment, you keep that same energy because you have an insight. Why would you be scared of being yourself? Because certain ones want you to be cowardice or whatever. No, it's like, I'm going to state the facts. I'm going to state what I observe, and I'm going to state how you're trying to misuse people's emotions and how you feel me, you're being abusive, yet you're trying to do some crooked stuff against me because of me being myself, that I'm not harming nobody. I'm stating the truth in a fact, and stating the truth, like, who's it harming? If I'm stating the truth, who did it hurt? How can the truth hurt? Honestly, you ever thought about that? How can the truth hurt? Like if the computer, like, do individuals get mad at the computer if the computer said, like if the computer like lied, tried to say it was human or something? Would you get mad at the computer and say, "You're not a human, you know"? I mean, that's a lie. And the thing is, you feel me? Or you feel me? The thing is, if somebody's like 1 + 1 is 2, like, would you go like certain ones like, hey, look, because I disagree, and then you feel me? And then it's like, no, I wouldn't. You feel me? You gotta listen to what people are saying. Certain ones are gonna get bent out of shape about the truth. You know why? Because the truth will always outlive the lie. And they don't want you to expose their lie. So you're not going to get on me because you would like to hang behind a lie. So let me get this straight. You feel me? And then you explain so and so, you feel me? Does that make sense? You would like me to tell on myself, yet you would like to you feel me? It's like entrapment. You feel me? They want you to take yourself out because they already know they got things that's not so good coming to them. The thing is, the more you raise your vibration, and the more you're aware of yourself, because you go in, the more you have self-knowledge, the more they can't touch you. You can't be touched. You feel me? Basically, they can't unalive you. So they're going to try to get you to do it to yourself. The thing is, they can't be around you, and they can't unalive you, so they're going to try to get you to do that to yourself. And they're going to try to throw people at you. They're going to try to throw clones at you. They're going to try to throw people that you supposedly love, or people you like, or people you used to hang around and try to call you or message you or try to chat you or try to do all kind of, tricks on the phone or whatever. They trying to do all that. Try to get you to take yourself out or try to get you on certain emotion. Don't do it. Be still, because we don't have much time left for things about to change. Things are really about to change. And they're changing rapidly. to where it's never going to be the same. I can't go back to the version of me built from fear. I'm no longer able to go back to the version of me that experienced scarcity. I'm no longer able to go back to those versions of me, the versions of me that other ones took advantage of. I'm no longer able to return to those versions of me. Those are outdated, and they like to keep bringing up the old times because they stuck in the past. Oh, guess what? So then that's where they're going to be. That's where they're going to be left. However, you're not going to try to play victim and try to victim. You feel me? Try to play victim and make me feel bad because you like the old me. Yet because you can't handle the new version of me and you can't handle my growth, it automatically shows that you're not growing and you're not into co-happiness. You know, so that says something about them. So that means like the universe is just showing you how far you have come. Now you ask yourself that question. And then ask yourself, after you watch this video, does this make sense? I love y'all. Find something safe to. Stay accountable.